Okay, everybody, welcome. And this is our usual weekly time to catch up with one another, see how everyone's doing, and shout out our channels, to share the love and so forth. However, I just really think that we should begin with, I want to make today's live stream in honor of civil rights hero John Lewis, and that was very sad news, getting that last night. And in connection with starting the live stream with mentioning that it's in Congressman Lewis's honor, that I want to dedicate this live stream. Just yesterday's upload, I did Invictus. I dramatized that poem. Hello, Simply Marie. Good to have you here. It's just. I included that about political prisoners and people that fight against oppression. I included, imagery from Mandela, and I also put John McCain and Gandhi in there. But if I'd made the video 24 hours later, I would have definitely included image of the great hero John Lewis, the man who, pacifist. The irony, he would later be the civil rights leaders would be enemies of the Vietnam War and be called cowards for that. A coward who literally walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge into a crowd of people holding baseball bats wrapped in barbed wire, ready to pound it, and willingly walking into that with the knowledge that you're under the instructions not to fight back, when you're doing that to advance the cause of civil rights. Man is a true hero. And hello, Dev. Good to have you here. So I would like this to be an opportunity for everyone to shout out their channels, say what's going on, and to share love with one another, with small YouTubers. But I would like to know that we're doing it all today in memory of John Lewis, and I'd like to just begin with a little moment of silence. Thank you. So this is honoring John Lewis today. Rest in peace, and welcome everybody. So people coming, you can shout out your channel, talk about what's new, what's going on. You want to share your thoughts on civil rights and so forth. It'd be a great opportunity in connection with the sad news from yesterday. But it's good to have the two of you here, Simply Marie and Dev Thrills. Thank you for joining us. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't already, and share this live stream so more people can show up and share the love. Let's see, I'm going to also type into the description our little what I was saying, so that people that join us late can say, please, to ask them to please honor a moment. Please connect with one another as you usually do, but please observe the moment of silence first. Sorry if you think I'm cheesy and that's dorky, but I feel very strongly about that. A real hero that we need to remember. So welcome everybody. Are the Dev and Simply Marie, are you still with us? Love to I like that you signed in and said hi. One of you gave me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate a thumbs up from the other one of you if you haven't done so already. And please go ahead and shout out your channels, share the love with one another. I'll mention other things about, I recently, you know, I told you just yesterday I did the video dramatizing Invictus, Nelson Mandela's favorite poem, and I made it a tribute to political prisoners everywhere, and shouted out the struggles of other people that fight for justice. And I guess I put the video out 24 hours too early. If I had known the sad news about Lewis, I definitely would have included him in the montage of the heroes that I was honoring in my Invictus video, which I hope you'll check out. And the day before, I did a video on reviewing Hamilton and on Disney Plus. That video really blew up. I did very well on that. I've got over 350 views in less than 48 hours. For big YouTubers, that's not that big a deal, but for small YouTubers, I mean, that's one of the most successful videos I've had yet. If you haven't seen that yet, I suggest you do so. But I'd also like to talk about that when it comes to supporting one another, small YouTubers. It's good to remember that in terms of share the things that worked and what didn't work. I worked hard on the thumbnail. It's funny, one person who commented on that was even her comment about my video, is how much she liked the thumbnail. So that was real good to hear. So if you check that, and so just in terms of sharing secrets, you know, things that might help other small YouTubers. A couple weeks ago, one thing I discovered, you know, that's helped me, just on a free thing online, was it remove.bg. That's a site that was really helped me with my thumbnails. Doesn't make the thumbnail, well, I've used other thumbnail makers, but in terms of getting my own image, you know, I have a busy, I mean, right here, I probably should get a backdrop for when I do my live streams as well. I mentioned that in my earlier videos about auditions, that self-tape auditions using that. I probably should do it for my live streams as well, but then I'd have to get a sheet going, you know, the other, you know, 180 degrees rotated. That can be arranged. But big thing is when I record myself against the background, I mean, it doesn't work otherwise. It doesn't know what the background is. But when I have plain background and I use that site, remove background, I was able to remove the background, make the background completely one color. That worked really well. That helped me make what I think was a very good thumbnail. That's one thing that I give credit to why that video did so well. Also, you might have noticed I did my intro, not the intro to that specific video where I did the corny thing parodying "I'm not throwing away my shot." One person also commented on liking that too, but I did that to lead into the video. I did my 1 minute lead in, and then I go, here's the intro with the subscribe click and everything, which everyone likes to have at the beginning to encourage people. I did that, and I put a lot of work into that video because I also put a lot of work into developing that, but that's work that will pay off in the long run because I can use it over and over again. You guys let me know what you think of that, especially that little intro where I shoot out my picture, say Theater Geek music, and then I show the theater masks, and I do the little subscribe icon before I get back into the video. I can give them the teaser to lead into the video, and then I play that intro, and then I talk about what I said I was going to talk about before that intro. I intend to use it again unless people say they really don't like it, if they have suggestions on how I can improve it. But I don't know, maybe having an intro is another reason why that video did especially well. Why I've already gotten over 350 views. But I'm not saying that just to self-promotion, although that's probably part of it. I'm also saying it in the spirit of small YouTuber support. If people have ideas, I mean, if they're looking for suggestions, you know, they want to see how they can make their own videos do better. Anyway, Kwame Wami, no, please don't drop links, but say what's going on with your channel. It's good to have you with us. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to get a thumbs up from you. If you're not already connected with me, I'd love to have you subscribe. But share what's going on with your channel. And visit, see who's interested in, don't use any of the spam words that, say dance or say left a package, share the love, those kind of things that are okay to say. And the other people that are still on the stream, let them know that that you're visiting their page, and you're asking them to do the same for you. Have a doodling channel, awesome. I'll have to check that one out. So. Let me check you out right now. Let me. Very interesting. I'm looking at your thumbnails right now on a different tab. I'm not going to open them right now because then I'll play the sound and it'll mess up the stream. But I'm definitely going to check this out in more detail after the stream is over. This looks very interesting for me. Is in the UK. Hello, Hava. Good to see you. I've missed you the last couple Saturdays. It's real good to have you back. We have somebody new here with us. Kwame has a doodling channel. I was just checking that out on a different tab. Two of you can share, talk about your channel, what's going on there. Anyway, it's very good to have you back, Hava. From Finland. It's kind of my fault that 2 weeks ago it was the 4th of July, and so I had other stuff going on. So I started my stream a lot later than I usually do, and nobody was there. But and then I kind of probably paid for it the following Saturday as well. But it's good to have some of my regulars back as well. That we're all talking and connecting with one another, and just remembering that we're doing it today in honor of civil rights hero John Lewis. And if you haven't yet subscribed, given me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. And talk about I did my 4th of July live stream much later than I usually do. So the people in Europe that usually join us was way too late for them, and it's my fault. I had stuff going on. Then I did a live stream later that evening. You took my phone out and streamed from the balcony for the fireworks show. Not an officially sanctioned show. It was that all the people shooting off the fireworks were breaking the law, but it was they can't enforce that. Everybody does it, and so I just went out on the balcony. I wasn't the one breaking the law, but I was able to get the pics of great montage from all the people that were. Yeah, it's like 8 to 10 somewhere in there. The time difference. So, Kwame, are you still with us? You and Hava should check each other's channels out. Hey, is that you? Hold on a second. I'm going to step out. I think my wife might be walking into the... Great. That's great that you and Hava have connected. Cormy, if you haven't connected with me yet, please do so. I'm very interested in your channel. I'll definitely will connect with you later. But I can play your video. I mean, you always watch the person's video first. Don't just, because that's spammy. If you just connect with each other, it makes it like it's sub. Even if your intention isn't for it to be sub for sub, that's the way it always appears, and you're not supposed to do that. But always watch at least 2 or 3 minutes of the person's video before you subscribe to them. And I intend to do that with Cormy as well. But again, it'll mess up my stream if you can hear me playing that now. So I'll play those videos. I'll check you out afterwards. The doodling, I mean, very much. I mean, even though performing arts is my specific area of focus for myself, I want my channel to be a place where we can enjoy all of the arts. Appreciating that as my channel. I guess that was the neighbors coming in, wasn't Sarah? So I won't get up. But thank you. Appreciate the support for me. Anyway, for two of you are here now. One thing I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't think you were here yet, but I wanted this to be in the honor of civil rights hero John Lewis. Everything we do today, remembering him. I made the thumbnail based on that. Just feel very strongly about that. And this is the man who, I mean, we can talk about the courage to risk your life for your country, to go fight for your country. That's one thing. Saying you're a coward if you don't want to do that. But I mean, the courage to risk your life against somebody else where you might get hurt, you might get killed, and you can shoot back. That's one thing. But the courage of the man to literally march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge into a clan of racists holding baseball bats wrapped in barbed wire, knowing what they were going to do to you when you got to the other end, and knowing that your plan is that you're not allowed to fight back, nonviolent resistance. The man walked willingly into that to advance the cause of voting rights. That is courage, the highest degree I can possibly imagine. Man is a real hero, and we honor him today. So it's good that we're connecting with one another, sharing the love. But let's do it in honor of John Lewis and of civil rights and the equality of all human beings that he fought for. Where my hair is sticking up right now. I think is so the weekend before last is when I ran my live stream later than usual, and that had something to do with I mean, that's a major reason why hardly anybody showed up, that they couldn't. And then the following weekend, it was just too darn hot here. It looked different. I don't know if that's one reason why I didn't get as many people last Saturday, but I took it into the bedroom, where the only room where I had an air conditioner that works. This little fan is one thing. I mean, today it's totally bearable. It looks the fan is blowing my hair. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick just to wet it down, and so it doesn't keep doing that. I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm updating my description right now so that how is anybody else here? Hello, Rabishia. Good to have you joining us. Yeah, what wouldn't blame you. I mean, if you're not American, I understand if you don't know who he is. But yeah, I mentioned a little something really in the stream about why particularly is the embodiment of courage. if you Google him with Google him and Google Edmund Pettus Bridge, you know, his truest act of courage and heroism that he showed. Connection with it. I mean, a lot of civil rights marchers there, but it's interesting. They think about Martin Luther King organizing everything. I believe Dr. King wasn't even there at the Edmund Pettus Bridge demonstration. Lewis is much more remembered with that one, as well he should be. So hello, Rubisha. Rubisha, am I saying that right? Let everybody know what's going on your channel. Please give your host a thumbs up and share and subscribe. If you haven't already, I'll check out your channel later. Those of you that are new. Beyond Infinity, great to have you back. You know, good to see you again. Everybody shout out your channels, talk about what's going on, connect with one another. But remember, we're doing it today in the name of John Lewis. We remember him, a hero today. And I said at the beginning, it's unfortunate. I made what I thought was a pretty good video, a poetry video with dramatizing Invictus, Nelson Mandela's favorite poem, and for a good reason, if you know if you listen to what it says. But made it a chance to honor all political prisoners and people who fight against oppression. And if I'd made it 24 hours later, and I knew what the news was going to be later that evening, I would have definitely included civil rights hero John Lewis in the video. Connect with one another. We have a couple new people here. We have our regulars, some of my moderators. I'm glad that Hava and Beyond Infinity are back with us. But we currently have Kwame and Rubisha are with us. I'll have to check your channels out when the stream is over and connect with you. Please connect with your host if you haven't already done, and connect with the other people in here. Check each other's channel out, and remember, please watch at least 2 or 3 minutes of their videos before you sub, because we want this to be genuinely supporting one another, not spammy stuff that's related to sub for sub. Yeah. Yeah, I was bummed too, but I'm glad that he's back, and he's also connected with me. He's created another channel about specifically about quotes, which, you know, your existing channel Beyond it, you had a lot of good videos with quotes, but he's got a new channel that I've seen that does videos focused specifically on quotes. So you might want to shout that one out as well. Yeah, I've seen it. Really, Beyond Infinity. I want to mention that as well. And we're still not supposed to drop links, but I'm sure if you tell Hava about your new channel and what it's called, I'm sure he can find you and hook up to you there and follow you on both of your channels. Yeah, I like what you're saying about less stress. Hoping that means that you were scaling it back rather than quitting completely. You know, it's not doing as much, but that's not the same as quitting completely. We're glad that you're deciding not to do that, because we like having you here every week to share what's going on with your channel, or now channels. And somebody who came in here quickly already gave me a thumbs down. I've only got 2 thumbs up, so you guys could help me out. If you haven't already given me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Hava. Appreciate it. 4 up, 1 down now. Awesome. Quote Galaxy, yeah. So, yeah, Beyond Infinity is on with his other with his other channel. So, yeah, that's good. You're doing that. That way, the other people that are here in the stream, they can connect to you on both of them. Quote, I remembered it said something about quotes. I couldn't remember the exact name. Quote Galaxy. Yeah, that's it. Now I remember. So, yeah. The job of the artist is always to deepen the mystery. That's interesting. By the way, Cormac, I don't know if you saw it's. I put it right there in my channel art, where I have probably my favorite quote about art. You know, I said my channel is mostly dedicated to the performing arts, which is my thing as an actor and playwright. But I want it to be a chance to honor all the arts. And you can sit and yeah, the person that I quoted there, Stella Adler, with her quote, she was the famous acting teacher. So she, like myself, was into performing arts, but specifically, but I like how she said that quote that even though her thing was really performing arts, the quote went on a broader sense about art in general, why it's important. So if you haven't checked that out on my channel art, please do. I've always loved that quote. Some of the acting books I've on my shelf, that are by her. I don't know if you know this. I actually took a class 20 some odd years ago at the Stella Adler Academy in LA. Not with her; she had passed away by that time. But some of the teachers I had there were people that actually had studied it with her, and they had firsthand knowledge, stories about things that the famous acting teacher had told her. So that's another reason, besides the fact that her philosophy of acting is I experiment with all kinds of things. Actually, when they say, am I a method actor? Do I subscribe to the Stanislavski school, to the Strasberg school, to the Stella Adler school, to the Chekhov school, all the different ones? It's hard to pin it down. I'm kind of a use what works. It's an eclectic thing. Whatever works, I go with. But Stella Adler's technique was one of the most effective to me. So I got very interested in her material, since that was a big influence on my own style as an actor. So when I saw that quote in one of the books about her that I read, I really thought that was awesome. And so I wanted to put that right there in my channel art to talk about, she, like me, was a performing artist, but she understood performing arts, it's true of all the arts, what she said in that quote. And I really love that one. So I don't know, the Beyond Infinity, or now we call you Quote Galaxy, you might want to look at that one. You're free to expropriate that one for my channel art if you want to include that in one of your videos. Yeah, thank you. I mentioned that at the beginning of this stream before you showed up, that I wasn't saying it just to brag or anything, a shout out, but I was also saying in terms of it making the stream be for support for other small YouTubers. I thought I mentioned it not to brag, but to share. We can talk about some things that worked and what didn't work. What they always say, finding a trending topic. It was a trend. Is definitely with the upload to with a recent availability on Disney Plus. I knew it would be a thing that people were talking about, and it's completely related to my niche. So I went ahead, I wanted to jump at it. I researched using the right keywords. I did a lot of SEO research on that, what people were searching for with that, referencing other videos, trying some new things. And also that's the first video where I tried out. I'm curious to see what people have to say about that. I also tried out my new intro. I don't mean the first couple seconds of the video itself, where I tried to make a corny joke, a play on words of not throwing away my shot, that I wanted to introduce that specific video with, but I just did my, basically it went a minute, which is probably longer than I should have gone, a minute to say, this is what we're going to talk about in the video. Then I play my intro, and then I get into what I said before that I was going to talk about. And I'm curious if you guys let me know what you think of that intro, because one reason I spent a lot of time on that video that got so many views, and but I spent even more time because a lot of it was just designing that intro, which if people like it, I think if they think that's a good intro, I will I'm gonna keep using it. So I'm not gonna, the work that I did on it won't be wasted. I can use it over and over again. I've still got it saved in my camera roll, and I can just put it into iMovie when I edit together my future videos. Oh, the other thing I found out I mentioned is my thumbnail, which if you look at my comments, you'll see one person who commented on my video, gave me a nice comment. It was about the thumbnail specifically, so I think that had a lot to do with it. and my thumb, I can't make them all this way, but have a thumbnail where I'm getting active and so forth, and not. I mean, one thing that really helped is I mentioned in the first couple minutes of this something that I found and bookmarked a site that it's specifically for removing background. So that really helped. Where, I mean, trying to get myself at the center of my thumbnail with stuff on the side that makes it clickable and so forth. It's one thing, but it's hard to do if you've got a busy background. So using that and making all a solid color in the back, even though I didn't have a solid color backdrop, this website, which really helped. I bookmarked that on my phone. That really helped me to make a good thumbnail, to just pose for it and then just blank out the background, and then I could work designing the thumbnail around that. So those are other things where thank you for congratulating me on how well that video did. But that was just things that I wanted to share in terms of, it's one of the most successful videos I've done in a while. And so since this stream is for small YouTuber support, I thought I'd just share some of the things that I did, which might be advice that you guys can take about if you want to have a video that you see does maybe even better than that one, that basically does well compared to your other videos. I mean, because again, big YouTubers, 350 views isn't a big deal, but at the point I'm at with my channel, getting that many views within less than 48 hours is a big deal. So thought I'd share what the things that I did that I think went right with that you guys might want to borrow if you want to have the same success. Yeah, I think we do have each. That's the thing is, I think he's talking about the other people that aren't that say they have your backs and then they don't. But it's good this small group that regularly shows up Saturday. I mean, every Saturdays for these live streams. I mean, that's good. I think we are, at least within this group, people that have each other's backs. I mean, my regulars here. Yeah, I watch everything you put out, and your comments suggest that you do the same for me, and I really appreciate that. I think what he was saying is that other people, he's frustrated that other people don't show the same kind of mutual support for having each other's backs that we in this group try to show for each other. Yeah, that's that might have been your mistake, is trying to do it alphabetically. I mean, I try to show support for the people that haven't had the back of the people that have my back, but rather than do it alphabetically, I mean, I try to, the people that show me the most support, I try to show it back. But again, the people that I figure they, even if they weren't lying when they said they were going to support me, but then they hardly ever, and they're still subscribed. They didn't unsubscribe, but they don't ever watch my stuff or make comments and so forth. They're not at the top of my, if I'm not going to be at the top of their priority list to watch and comment on their videos, then they're not going to be at the top of mine. So that's the other thing. But so I I think doing it alphabetically might have been your mistake. I mean, I would do it in the order of how much they've had your back. That's how much you should have theirs. I mean, that's what I've done. I mean, like the two of you definitely who've been my, I mean, I put you at the top of my priority list of saying I want to watch all of their stuff, because you've shown so much support for me. And the other people, again, I'm not going to neglect them, but if I have limited time, I'm going to make you guys the priority. I mean, so I don't know if that helps, just sharing that possibly your old strategy of trying to go through everything alphabetically might have been your mistake. So just a thought. I don't think he's upset. I mean, I think he just misunderstood what you were saying, and maybe hopefully what I just said clarified it a bit. And I don't know if you agree or disagree with what I said about prioritizing the people that the YouTubers that support you the most. Yeah, that's good. It's a friendly one, Kwame. We're all friends here. It's when we get outsiders that don't. That hasn't happened in a while. It was actually one of our regulars that I haven't seen in a while, Groovy Lisa. I miss her. It was good to having her in here 3 or 4 weeks ago when we had some outsiders that were not being nice to everybody, and she was helping out as a moderator, muting the people that came in that were not welcome and were saying things that weren't nice. I don't think that's the case here, though. So. I'm going to go to the bathroom. We'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I don't think you want to know what that means. Yes. Some more people would join us. More people for us to connect with. Just check. I looks like I missed Hava. You did a video a week ago. It's only 17 seconds long. I got to check that one out. And exception of that, we haven't seen it. I was starting to, based on what was said earlier, I was thinking maybe I wasn't doing my part of having the back of the people that supported me, but looks like it's because you haven't been uploading as much. I mean, I would have been watching more of your stuff. There just hasn't been as much of it. That's unfortunate. So I'm sure there's a reason, but just know we're missing you. You do more stuff. We'll watch it for sure. So this is the point where I ask you to tell us more. I tried to find more stuff to say by going to Hava's channel, seeing what he'd put out, and But if you have anything else to say about your channels to keep us going, we'd appreciate that. Or what, not again, even if, I mean, I said what's already there, but if you have stuff to share in terms of what's upcoming, what you plan to put out in the next week or so, and that you want us to make sure we're looking forward to and that we don't miss. Are you a teacher, Kwame, or a student still? Is that what you meant by that? Kind of the way it's been for me, but I'm about to lose my teaching position for no reason, and I'm looking at ways to increase my presence online. I'm an art teacher, cool, but hoping to get monetized soon, and that can be one way to get some extra money. I don't know what's going to happen with me. But you're right, at least for the time being, the fact the schools are closed is one thing that's helped me be able to focus more on building my YouTube presence and the other things that I'm looking at as alternate ways to make money. Open confetti for 18 hours. Well, if it's more than you had before, that they always measure in terms of improvement, which I think is the idea. I don't think I ever get those notifications. Yeah, it's right. It's not my video, but since I have the community tab unlocked, ever since I hit 1,000, I can do this. And I posted it last night when voiceover. That's the other big thing I'm looking into as a money maker from home on the computer, is doing my voiceover acting. I did a job on Fiverr where I did voiceover for a video, and a filmmaker made a short film. It was about quarantine. And I did the voiceover for that, and she just put her video. So it's not really my video. I can't take credit for anything in it except for the voiceover part that I did. But so I didn't upload it. I didn't copy it and upload it as my video, but I just shared it to help her get her video out, and for you to see a video that I participated in, even though it wasn't actually my creation. I just had a part of it. But I did share that. That's a 4-minute video called Quarantine, that a Chinese American filmmaker in New York made, and might want to check that out. I shared that on my community tab. I'll check out your quarantine video as well. Cool. You know, speaking of how I had the sharing videos that I didn't actually create, I was just a part of. I mean, that brings up the issue of collaborations, other YouTubers that are in different kinds of arts. It's something to think about. I've sold my services to do voiceover for people that were creating a video that they needed it for. And I'm also thinking of some cool new content I could put out made just for YouTube. In addition to the fact that my channel, I share recordings that are made of old shows that I did as an actor. When it comes to stuff that's new that I create just for YouTube, I thought the new voiceover acting that I'm only gotten into in the past year would be a good way to, you know, I might get other voice actors to do stuff. And the thing is, animations and so forth, I mean, I suck at drawing and so forth. So, hey, somebody that is good at drawing, I mean, you know, maybe that's a possible collaboration. Somebody could do the drawings, you know, myself and other actors that I cast can voice the cartoons. Just throwing that out there. Because so I've also auditioned for people that do things where they're comic dubs. They don't actually animate. They take comic books, and this guy actually got a copyright strike for doing it. He does it all the time, but there's one time that the comic book didn't like it and made him take it down. But he just kind of used the Ken Burns effect, scroll across the images of the panels in the comic book, and then you have the actors voicing it. I thought that's cool, but I was thinking about, you know, some people that do drawings, not necessarily animated, like the comic dub, you know, bring the drawings to life with the voices, and just a thought. So people that are good at visual arts, which I suck at, something to think about. Yeah. Interesting, yeah. A lot of words that we can use for it. I guess that's one of them. Have I seen comment? Is that your latest video? Comment? I'll have to look. Let me look for that. Hold on a second. My wife is calling me stuff. Okay. Okay, I hope nobody went anywhere when I stepped out to take the call. This is usually the point in the stream where I realize that the baby's been, he hasn't been paid attention to enough today, and she feels neglected. So we introduced a new participant in the live stream. Okay, cool. Let's see, animated event. Oh, so you're talking. This is a comment that it's something. It's kind of like a Halley's Comet, where you can see it once every 76 years, or maybe this one isn't as rare as Halley's. But is that what you're referring to? I'm not familiar with that. I'm not the astronomer here. It's not my field, but it'd be interesting. I'll check it out if you. I remember it was a big deal when I was 11 years old when Halley's Comet was passing, and so 70. So I gotta live to be 87 if I want another chance to see it. But some people wait a long time. But I was only 11. I didn't think much about it then, even though people were making a big deal about it. But maybe I can take an interest now and hope to stay healthy. I got to live to be 87 if I want another chance to see Halley's Comet. Wow, that's cool. I'll take a look tonight. I'll Google it because I'm not familiar with what this one is. So that's interesting. Hey, you might want to make a video out of it. Maybe it's limiting if you say you only do quotes, but I'll bet you could have some quotes about that. Make it symbolism about that. You could have that be your visuals for the video, and then you put quotes overlaying the pictures that you've taken. Just a thought. I think that might be really cool. Might want to think about that. Has some cool picture through a telescope. Yeah, that's cool. So you're thinking about it. Yeah, let me know if you. Well, you won't have to let me know. I'll get the note. I got your notification bell. I'll see that when you upload it. looking at my bookshelf right now to think about. I know there's some books there that would have quotes in them that I would recommend to you. But ow, that hurt, Chloe. Your raptor claws off me. What's that? By the way, there is, speaking of I'll be notified anyway, I just now turned the notification for occasional notifications was on, but not for notify for all. It's because I met up with you on the Quote Galaxy account a while ago in a different live stream, and I didn't know if I knew it was you, I would have turned on the notifications for all, not just some. So now that I know that it's you, Beyond Infinity, I made sure that it's on the setting to notify me of all, and the humanity quotes. I missed that one, but I'll make sure to watch that one. I gotta watch some of Kwami's videos when this stream is over. I'll definitely watch that one too and leave you a comment. Looks like it's just you and me, Quote Galaxy now. Are you even still there? Or? It's got to be after midnight for Hava. He must have turned in by now. Also, with Kwami in Ireland, it's probably pretty late over there too. Looks like everyone's gone. I'm going to step out for a second, get something to drink, and hope more people. I'll make my "be right back" sign. I'm in the habit of doing lately. And So my goofy attempt. Looks like you're still here. Let's see. Go back. Yeah, it's possible. What's wrong, Chloe? Guess I'll go ahead and stay a bit. I was struggling making that be right back sign because I didn't think anybody was still here, but it looks like Quote Galaxy is still with us. So, and well, Chloe was starting to go crazy with the neighbors out there, so I had to go get her again. Yeah, I think you really should think about that. And if you really don't want your face on camera, that's the issue. You can always do those silent streams. The Streamlabs, that's an app you download, and you can put something across the screen, like I've tried. I do almost think as a way to boost some hours just while I'm sleeping and so forth. But if you want to also have the motivation that it's because you don't want your face on screen, you can. I mean, you could even be there and you could be typing and participate in the live chat as the host, but but not sure. But have something else across the screen. Streamlabs will help you to do that if you want to try that. And another thing to really boost the watch time hours that you might. This is actually something I had for you. Is you're the thunder and rainstorm thing for ambient noise, making a longer video that people watch. I watched that several times. We should. I mean, I'd like to invite Hava into it as well, but I don't know. Well, he has shorter videos, but a way that we could really help each other out is if we could make a playlist. And speaking of the ideas where it can really run. And I've done this a couple times, not a lot, but I was going to run it by you, and I forgot this, is we could, I mean, it's not cheating because it's a legitimate use of that kind of thing, is for relaxation while people sleep. The idea is to run it on a loop, and we got make a playlist of my rainfall, ambient noise, your thunderstorm, ambient noise that people want to drift off to sleep to, and you just run it all. I mean, the idea is to, between yours and mine and maybe other people that have that kind of video that's for relaxation background, and then play it in a loop so it keeps playing all night. And it's not cheating either, because that's what those kind of videos are made for. They're made for people to meditate to, relax, or fall asleep to, subliminal ASMR kind of stuff. That's something to think about, since you did that. And or even if it's not for that intention, if you have just a long thing with your quotes and so forth, the background stuff lends itself to that kind of relaxation and so forth. So people, if you want to put that in a playlist and we share that, we both, make a habit, or everybody that's in that list, just every night, that's what we fall asleep to. And Kenzie Craig Michaels, glad you joined us. Good to see you here. We had Havas was with us for a long time. He has left probably after midnight there in Finland. But Quote Galaxy, you know him. That's Beyond Infinity. He's created a new channel. So he hasn't deleted the old one yet, Beyond Infinity, but his Quote Galaxy, that's the same guy. So he's back, and he's trying it out again with a new channel. So you guys will definitely want to look each other up there. Share the love with each other on your new channels. So talk about what's going on in your channels. And again, as I'm saying to everyone when they sign it, and we're doing it all in the memory of John Lewis today, civil rights hero. Hello, Brothers Vasquez. Good. John Lewis passed away yesterday. Very unfortunate civil rights hero, congressman for a long time. But I really talk about him as a hero, as the guy that was the leader of the demonstration, the march across the Selma to Montgomery march, where they got the crap beat out of them at the end of the Edmund Pettus Bridge. I mean, we can talk about the heroism of somebody that risks his life going into a battle where he himself is armed with an M16, but the kind of courage of a guy that walks across a bridge into the arms of waiting Klansmen holding baseball bats wrapped in barbed wire, knowing what's about to happen, and knowing that your philosophy is that you go across unarmed, not allowed to fight back in any way to defend yourself. That's what the man did to advance the cause of civil rights. So a real hero that we're honoring today. And as always, is a chance for especially new people. Brothers Vasquez, good to have you in addition to my regulars here. The fastest and what is? Yeah. So it's good to have new people here. Please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already done so. And then meet with the other people here. Kenzie Craig Michaels and Quote Galaxy is still here. Shout out your channel. Go visit each other. Share the love with one another. Support each other. Make sure you watch at least a couple minutes of each other's videos before you give them the red package. Somebody just took their like away. I don't know why. You haven't given me a thumbs up yet. I'd appreciate that. Thank you for the 2 more thumbs ups I just got. Appreciate it. It's pretty good. It was a major heat wave about a week ago, and you were one of the people that actually, despite my mistake of the previous weekend starting later, and then that weekend going in the other room, you still made it, and you saw I got into the bedroom, the only room that had a real air conditioning. Well, I got this one over here, but it's just a little fan thing. Well, it's a swamp cooler. It's better than a fan, but not as good as an actual unit. But it's a lot cooler now, so I can tolerate it in the office as long as I got that fan in here. Last Saturday, I totally couldn't. It was a lot hotter. I had to go into the bedroom with a real AC to be able to stand it. I recently did a video that did very well. I got over 350 views in less than 48 hours, and the one about reviewing Hamilton and Disney Plus and what it says about other. If you haven't seen that yet, hope you do. I also created a. I mean, you've been really good with that, Kenzie, with really cool looking intros, and I've been trying to make. I've just never done them. Not one that's generic that can be used over and over again. But one reason I put a lot of effort into that is I finally made an intro that I did for after I said used the first minute by saying hello and talking about what the video is about. I would then go into the thing, which I do with all my videos, to shout out my own channel and ask for a subscribe, and then I get into what I told them I was going to talk about before the intro. Especially since you've made intros that are so good in the past, I'm curious what you think about that. Unless people hate that, the work I did won't have been just a one-time thing. I've saved that intro in my camera roll, and people think it's good. I'm going to continue to use it in other videos. So, Breads and Ava, happy Saturday! Thank you for joining. Good to have you back here. Please shout out your channel, talk about what's going on, talk with the other people, shout out your channel, share the love with one another, watch a couple minutes of each other's video before you do that, and remember, I said it several times, we're doing it all today in the memory of civil rights hero John Lewis. Rest in peace, John Lewis. And Thank you for the thumbs up, Breads and Ava. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I've seen that beard in your most recent videos. I think it may have been still in the stubble stage the last time I saw it. Yeah, so a bit busy with back to work, and probably haven't, but so we'll really see how long it's been when we see how much the beard has grown in since the stubble stage of the last video. Okay, sorry you got to go, Kenzie, but thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Take care of yourself now. Oh, and by the way, I forgot I had Quote Galaxy just gave you a blue jacket. You'd been a moderator as Beyond Infinity, but now that looks like you're going to be joining us under your new group. No reason you shouldn't lose your blue jacket that you had before, so I went ahead and I did that. Maybe it doesn't do it for all. If you post again, I'll know whether or not it showed up. Because I did say that. Yeah, it says here that I made you moderator. Bonus? What do you mean? So, oh yeah. I'm glad as I was seeing, I guess it didn't work retroactively. I was looking at your old quotes and it still didn't have the blue jacket around it, but just when I remembered that, now I see that it's worked. That giving it back to you. Well, I never really took it away from you. It's just that you changed your account, as I forgot you'd had it in the old one, so you might as well have it for this one. It's Kenzie and Hava, they had it, and you were the only one that didn't, just because it was a new account. I'd forgotten to update it. Okay, thank you for joining us and for spending so much time here. So it looks like if you're leaving, then I'm all by myself. So I will go ahead and put that "Be Right Back" sign and go out and sit where I'm a little more comfortable and see if a few more people join us. I've been all get 20. I want to at least let the live stream run to go to meet the 2 hour mark. That's about the time my wife will get home from work anyway. So I'll keep it going, but I'm going to put the "Be Right Back" sign up that I struggled with. And but thank you for joining us, being with us for so long. Um, I'll see you next Saturday, I hope. Looks like, okay, it doesn't look like anybody else joined us in this time, so that's unfortunate. But my wife is home from work now, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Let me just check up here in the participants. Nope, looks like everyone's gone now. It's just me. So anyway, I think we had a good live stream today. I'm glad that Kenzie was back, and also Hava and quote Galaxy under his new identity have rejoined us. I hadn't seen them in the last couple Saturdays. I'm glad that they're both back, and glad I had a couple more people join us. I am glad to have met. Glad to have met. Glad to have met Quarmy. I'm got to check your channel out as well. I'm going to go. I see Kenzie has just started his own live stream. I'll go join him now. But thank you to everyone that joined us. I hope you've had a good opportunity to connect with one another. And again, we did all this today in memory of John Lewis. So I started live stream with a moment of silence for John Lewis. We will finish with a moment of silence. Okay, take care, everybody. I'll see you next Saturday, or hopefully before then you'll see my videos, but I'll see you live next Saturday. Bye now.